So today we want to focus on test for cations. Um, in paper 3, we have two groups of cations. Cations, as we learned in Form 2, they are positively charged ions. So ions that are positively charged, they are called cations. And ions form when an atom gains or loses valence electron. So nonmetals, they react by gaining valence electrons, while metals, they react by losing valence electrons. So when they lose, they form a net charge of the number of electrons lost. But nonmetals, they form a net charge of negative of the number gained. So today we want to look at how in paper 3, these positive ions can be tested. So generally, cations that are tested in paper 3 are grouped into two. So the first one, we have colored ions, and then we also have colorless ions. So let's start with the colored ions. So in paper 3, colored ions are just three. So we have three colored ions. The first one, we have A, copper ion. Copper is positively charged, positive 2. So copper ion is a blue ion. The color of copper ion is blue. So if a solution contains copper ion, that solution will be blue in color. So the blue color of the solution is as a result of copper ions present. And then we have two, we have ion 2 ion. Ion 2 ion. Ion 2 ion. So ion 2 ion is green in color. So ion 2 ion is green in color. So if a solution is green, then we can give an inference that copper, meaning ion 2 ion, is present in that solution. Because if ion 2 ion are present in that solution, the whole solution will appear green. Then the third one, we have ion 3 ion. Ion 3 ion is a brown ion. Ion 3 ion is a brown ion. So when the color of the solution is brown, then we will conclude that the solution contains ion 2 ion. So these colored ions, they are always uh, tested when we are dissolving a given solid in a certain in water to form a given solution. So when the solution appears colorless, it means all these colored ions are absent in that solution. But when the solution appears blue, we can conclude that copper 2 ion is present. But when the solution is green, we conclude that ion 2 ion is present. But when the solution is brown, then our conclusion is ion 3 ion present in that solution. So when the solution is colorless, when we dissolve a certain solid in water, we are given distilled water with a certain solid that we don't know what it is. And we are required to dissolve that solution. So the first thing that you should know is that you are testing for ions, either colored or colorless ions. So if the solid dissolves and form a colorless solution, then our conclusion will be copper 2 ion, comma, iron 2 ion, comma, or iron, 3 ions are absent in that solution, because if the solution was blue, we would say copper 2 ion present. If it was green, we would say iron 2 ion is present. But when it was brown, then we would conclude that iron 3 ion present in that solution. So, so that is how we always do test on solubility when we are given a certain solid to be solved. So when you are given a question, and the first question you are asked to dissolve a certain solid, and what follows is observation, inference. So when you dissolve a solid in water, you are required to observe whether the solid dissolves or it's insoluble. So when you say that the solid dissolves, if the solid dissolves, you must say the color of the solution. But when the solid is insoluble, you are not required to state the color because the solid is insoluble. So when the solid dissolves, we must state the color of the solution. So we say it dissolves to form a colorless solution. Then on our inference part, we say copper 2 ion, comma, iron 3 ion, or iron 3 ion, they are all absent in that solution. That's why the solution appears colorless. But when it dissolves, we are given a certain solid that we don't know, and then we dissolve it in distilled water, and it dissolves to form a blue solution. On the inference part, we say copper 2 ion absent. But when we dissolve that solid, and it dissolves to form a green solution. Then on our inference part, we say iron 2 ion present. But if the solid dissolves and the color of the solution is brown, we say it dissolves to form a brown solution. On our inference part, we write iron 3 ion present. So that is all about colored ions. So colored ions are always tested in when we are dissolving a certain solid. So sometimes when we are given a solid and then we are told to dissolve, and then a table like